What if everything you've been told about AI is wrong? Let that land. Because right now, the world is having the wrong conversation. On one side, you have people calling AI the greatest threat to human civilization. On the other, you have tech utopians promising AI will solve every problem we've ever had. And somewhere in the middle, you have you, probably wondering what the truth actually is. Welcome to AI Explorer. And in the next 8 minutes, I'm not going to give you hype. I'm not going to give you fear. I'm going to give you something far more valuable: clarity. Because the future of AI versus humans is not the battle most people think it is. And once you see it clearly, you cannot unsee it. The myth we were sold. Let's start with the story we've all absorbed. Since the first science fiction novel, since the first robot walked across a movie screen, we've been told the same tale. Machines rise, humans fall. It's a seductive story. It's dramatic. It sells tickets and headlines and keeps us scrolling at midnight. But here's what that narrative conveniently leaves out: context. Every single time a new technology has arrived in human history, the printing press, electricity, the internet, people predicted catastrophe. And every single time, something remarkable happened instead. Humans adapted. Humans evolved. Not biologically, but culturally, professionally, creatively. The cotton gin didn't end human labor. It changed it. The calculator didn't make mathematicians obsolete. It freed them to solve harder problems. So when someone tells you that AI is going to replace you, I want you to ask them, replace you at what, exactly? What AI actually does brilliantly, and where it falls apart now. I'm not here to tell you AI isn't powerful. It is. Staggeringly, breathtakingly powerful. In the time it takes you to make a coffee, a modern AI model can read every scientific paper ever published, analyze your business data, write code, generate imagery, compose music, and draft a legal contract. That is real. That is not science fiction. That is happening right now, today, in 2025. So yes, if your job is purely about information retrieval or pattern repetition, AI is coming for it. I will not lie to you about that. But here is the thing that the doomsayers consistently miss, and it is a fascinating gap when you examine it. AI has no skin in the game. It has no lived experience. It cannot feel the weight of a decision that keeps you awake at 3 a.m. It cannot look a grieving person in the eyes and know intuitively exactly what they need. It cannot take genuine moral responsibility for its actions. It cannot be curious about its own existence in the way a 5-year-old asks why the sky is blue and actually means it. B-roll: human faces, human connection, emotion. AI is extraordinary at the what. Humans are irreplaceable at the why. And in a world drowning in information, the why has never been more precious. The real competition. Nobody is talking about here is the uncomfortable truth that I believe defines the next decade. The competition is not AI versus humans. The competition is humans who use AI versus humans who don't. Think about that carefully. The surgeon who uses AI diagnostic tools isn't replaced by AI. She becomes 10 times more accurate, 10 times faster, and saves lives that would have otherwise been lost. The novelist who uses AI as a creative research partner doesn't stop being an artist. He explores worlds he never had time to explore before. The small business owner using AI for marketing, accounting, and customer service doesn't become a machine. She becomes a company of one with the firepower of 50. And on the other side of that equation, the professional who refuses to engage, who says, "I've done it this way for 20 years, who treats AI as a threat rather than a tool. That person, and I say this with genuine compassion, that person faces a real and serious challenge. Not because AI took their job, but because someone else picked up the tool and outpaced them. This has always been the engine of human progress. Tools don't diminish us. Refusing to use tools diminishes us. What makes us irreducibly human. But I want to go somewhere deeper now. Because even beyond economics and careers, there is a philosophical question lurking underneath all of this. And it is the one that actually matters. What is human? What do we have that cannot be quantified, cannot be compressed into a neural network, cannot be trained on a data set? I would argue, it is the mess of us. It is contradiction. It is the fact that you can simultaneously know something is bad for you and do it anyway because it feels like being alive. It is grief that transforms you. It is a joke told at exactly the right moment. It is the irrational, stubborn love a parent has for a child. It is the artist who destroys their best work because it no longer feels true. It is the whistleblower who speaks up despite the personal cost. It is forgiveness, the most unreasonable, most human act in existence. No model trained on human text has ever suffered a consequence. No algorithm has ever changed its worldview because it sat with a dying friend. AI mirrors human thought, but it does not inhabit a human life. And inhabiting a life, with all its beauty and its wreckage, is the very source of meaning. The future is not a competition. It is a collaboration. The most powerful version of the future is one where artificial intelligence handles the weight of complexity and liberates humans to be more human, more present, more creative, more connected, more bold. The choice in front of all of us. So here is where we land. AI is not your enemy, but AI is not your savior either. It is the most powerful tool our species has ever built. And like every tool, its value is entirely determined by the hands that hold it and the mind that directs it. The people who will thrive in the next 30 years are not necessarily the most technically gifted. They are the ones who stay curious, who stay adaptable, who refuse to let fear drive their decisions, who understand that their humanity, their empathy, their creativity, their moral imagination, their lived experience is not a liability in the age of AI. It is their greatest asset. The real future, the one no one is talking about, is not a dystopia of unemployed humans staring at robot overlords. And it is not a paradise where AI solves everything while we lounge on beaches. It is messier, more interesting, and far more human than either of those stories. It is a future we are building right now, with every choice we make, with every skill we develop or ignore, with every conversation we choose to have or avoid. You are watching this video because something in you is already leaning toward curiosity. That instinct is exactly right. Stay curious, keep asking the hard questions, and I will be right here every week doing the same. If this video made you think, even just a little differently, then hit the like button. It genuinely helps this channel reach people who are asking the same questions. Subscribe so you don't miss what's next. And drop a comment below. Do you see AI as a threat, a tool, or something else entirely? I read every single one. I'll see you in the next one.